Hey guys, I'm Becky and welcome to a very special reading vlog. Today it is Tuesday, June 10th, and today Caught Up by Navessa comes out, and I am about to leave to go and try to buy it. My plan is to go to Barnes & Noble and hopefully get the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of both Caught Up and Lights Out. And if they're not there, then I'm going to go to some local indie bookstores and buy it from them instead. So wish me luck, and let's head out. Okay guys, so I have secured Caught Up, the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. They did not have the exclusive edition of Lights Out, so now I'm going to go to the Livonia store because supposedly they have it. So let's see. Okay guys, I have secured the books. I'm so freaking excited. So I went to, it was actually the Northville one, not Livonia. I don't know why Livonia was in my head. It was actually the Northville store. I'm still technically in their parking lot. I don't even know if you can see them. See them? No. Where is the store? It's literally right behind me. Oh, you can kind of see a little bit of brown. And they had literally one copy of Lights Out, the exclusive edition, only because somebody returned it because it was damaged. And I honestly didn't even notice the damage. And the girl was like, oh, you're so lucky. I was so surprised when we had this, like somebody must have returned it because of the condition, because we're marking it down for being damaged. And I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Like there's a little bit of a crease in like the corner, but I was like, yeah, that's nothing, no big deal. And she's like, I'm still gonna give you the 10% off just in case, but yeah, like that's so awesome for you. So once I like walked out of the store, I realized that there is more damage. It's in the other corner of the book, but it's literally just the cover. And like, oh well. I feel bad that I didn't go to an indie bookstore because I really want to utilize them a lot more going forward. So I think like unless there's a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition or like midnight release party, which I'm honestly hoping more indies will start doing instead. So unless there's a book that's literally only available at Barnes & Noble, I'm only going to be doing indie bookstores. And then I'm like, unless it's Kindle, which I hardly ever buy a Kindle book, I just use KU, I'm not buying books off Amazon. Like for one, they come in horrible condition being shipped, so I'm good on Amazon. I don't want to support Amazon as much as possible anyways. Like a lot of my life is tied to Amazon, unfortunately, because I do love KU and the Kindle, so I'm trying to get away from these loser men, you know? So I'm gonna get home and I will show you the books and we will talk about the plans. All right, folks, I am home. I have secured the goods, so I figured I will do a little book haul with you, and I do have one extra book to show you. So this book I did get from my new local indie bookstore, which is called Maehrer. It is in Canton, Michigan, and I'm so freaking excited to shop there because it is a romance-only bookstore. And you know, all of my books have to have romance in them, so I'm so excited to definitely be supporting them and the like. It is such a cute shop. I definitely see so much like growth for them. Like I can see how they could add even more bookshelves and more books and more stuff, and I'm like so excited for their journey. I'm really hoping that they do like pre-orders, midnight releases, you know, any sort of like fun, cool things. I'm excited to support because I think they're only like maybe 15 minutes away from my house now. So I am very excited because there are like one or two romance bookstores in Michigan, but they are pretty far away. So I was planning on like making a girls trip with my friends and going to one because I think both of them are like somewhere a bit far up north. But then Maehrer opened and I'm so freaking excited. So I did go there when we first moved into the house. And I might have shown this in a vlog already. I truly can't remember, but I'm just gonna show you again. Whatever. So as you saw, it came in like a super cute black and pink bag, and the book I decided to pick up was Assistant to the Villain by Nicole Maehrer. I loved this book so freaking much. I think this was my last book of 2024, and it was 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely amazing. Like, can't get over it. So freaking good. So I definitely wanted to own a copy. I went to Maehrer with like no ideas in mind of what I would pick up. I was like, I just want to go and buy a book. And I didn't see anything that I hadn't read yet that I was like super excited about, that I was willing to throw down some money. And so it came down to either buying this, or they did have both Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, and I really need to buy those as well. But I was like, let me be good and just buy one book, just one. So that is what I did. I'm definitely going to be going back and, like I said, buying more books from them in the future as much as I can. So now, the Barnes & Noble goods. The first one I will show you is Lights Out. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and it was a pre-order that came out today, if I'm not mistaken. And it was sold out, like immediately sold out, because my plan was to pre-order both of them in the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition and go pick it up. But unfortunately, it was completely sold out. So I was like, I think even Caught Up might have been sold out. So I was like, I'm just going to go on release day and hope that they have copies of both, and we'll see. So I did get this one. Look at how beautiful. I got this one from the Northville Barnes & Noble, and it has beautiful sprayed edges. It says, "Can you handle the ride?" So pretty. Like, I love this book so much. I was like, if there's an exclusive edition, I need to get it. So the damage on it at first, as you can see, or maybe not see, but like there's a slight little bend in that top corner, which is all that me and the clerk thought there was. But actually, there is this damage as well. But I have gone through the pages, and it's literally just on the cover. So I was like, you know, it stinks. I got 10% off though because of it. And like, it just is what it is. I would have totally been upset if I pre-ordered it came to my house, and this was the condition it was in. Like, I would be like, what the fuck? I'd be so upset. But as somebody who just really, really wants one and was hoping like maybe there's a store somewhere, like I'm happy. This is fine. I think it was like the only copy in Michigan, honestly. So got that one. And then, which they actually feel different. Like, this one has a little bit more of like a satin finish, and this one is a little bit more matte. But here is Caught Up. Again, sprayed edges. It says, "How do you want it?" And it's just stunning. I'm so excited. It does look, I mean, it looks slightly comparable in size. Like, the sprayed edges, you can't really tell. Like, these, you can tell that Caught Up is a little bit more thinner, but like the weight on them is totally different. Like, I feel like this has way more pages than this one. Let's check a page count. So there's 416 in Lights Out, and there are 342 in Caught Up. And I think that's even including like the author note or something, you know? Yeah, about the author. So there's only 334 pages. Oh, I'm excited. And like, Lights Out is like pretty floppy, but Caught Up is super floppy. So I'm so freaking excited. Okay, here are my plans. At midnight, I did get my Libby copy of Caught Up. I was honestly like shocked, so shocked. I put the audiobook on hold because I was really, really hoping I would get it through Libro FM as either a librarian or as a reviewer, because I have 2 accounts. And it was not on there. Neither was Lisa Jewell's Don't Let Him In. I was expecting Lisa Jewell to totally be there and Caught Up to maybe be there, but no, neither was there. So I was like, crap. Okay, I have to figure this out. So I think it's not, the audiobook is not on NetGalley. I don't even think the ebook is on NetGalley, now that I think about it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to physically read it, or maybe I'll find some way to get the audio. So I double checked Libby just to be sure, and my library actually had bought a crap ton of copies, probably because of how many people had it on hold, because it said there was like 100 copies available, and I was number 74. So I was like, I think I'm gonna get this right at midnight. Like, that's crazy, but we'll see. And sure enough, at midnight, I checked my phone and it said, your copy is ready. So I have the audiobook. I'm so fucking excited. So I technically do need to close out my last vlog. I have like 25 minutes left of my audiobook for that vlog. So I'm gonna finish that up, close that vlog out really quick, and then I'm going to be jumping in to Caught Up. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. My plans for the rest of this vlog is I think I'm gonna do like a new release vlog. So I'm definitely reading Caught Up first. That's first and foremost. That's the star of the show. Then I think I'm going to read my ebook NetGalley copy of Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. And then I'm not positive what my third book is going to be. I'm going in between 2 that I'm like, I don't know which one I should technically read. So I don't know what the third book's gonna be, or maybe I can somehow read all 4. But yeah, it'll be a new release vlog. We will talk about some new releases in this, and I'm just so excited to get into Caught Up. So I'm gonna go hop into that other vlog, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, I have officially finished my other vlog, which means it is time to read Caught Up, and I'm just so freaking excited, you have no idea. I think I'm going to first get these little stupid stickers off my books while I'm listening, and then I have all of my crochet stuff to work on. And it's still the same project that I've slightly shown you in earlier videos, so I can't show you the full thing just in case the person that it's for watches these. I don't know if they do or not, but I would hate to spoil it. So I will not be showing you my progress, unfortunately. That would be such a great B-roll, but it's fine. So I am going to start reading, and I will update you in just a bit. Okay, I am on chapter 8. It is so freaking good. So far, I am loving it. It is very different from Lights Out for sure, because we are following totally different characters. We're following the female character from Lights Out, her cousin, Nico Jr., and his love interest, who is a sex worker and a cam girl. And I am just loving this book. The audiobook does have dual narration. On top of when the female character speaks, the female narrator comes in and does that. Like, it's my favorite type of audio, and I'm hoping that that is just like the norm for dual narration from now on, because I prefer it. Like, it's fine when a female or male narrator gives a voice. Like, honestly, probably just when the female narrator gives like a male voice, like deepens her voice to do the male character, I'm fine with it. But like the male one is always kind of weird, but it's so good. I am going to run out to the garage to get my annotating supplies because they're still in the garage. Because while nothing has happened just yet that I'm like, oh my, like I haven't had that urge of like, oh my god, I have to annotate that. I know that that will happen because I definitely want to reread Lights Out to annotate it, especially now that I own the physical copy. So I know like I might as well just start annotating now instead of having to go back later. Because like there's been small things that I'm like, oh yeah, I could annotate that. I'm gonna go get my stuff and work on that in a little bit. Pretty soon here, though, my brother-in-law is coming because he owns I don't know if he owns it or if he just, I think he's co-owner, maybe? I don't know. But he is a tree trimmer. And I have a lot of trees on our property. So I'm having him come and look at them so that we can get these taken care of because it's ruining my roof. We don't have grass in a lot of spots because of how dense these trees are. And there's so many spiders. So they gotta go. Also, I have my kitchen windows open. They're crank out windows, which I'm obsessed with. The crank outs are only in the main area, and the only ones that I can actually utilize are the kitchen ones because they're the only ones that still have their screens. So my husband needs to rescreen the dining room and living room so I can utilize those because we have cats and they will definitely go outside if those are open. Plus, I'm less worried about the cats and more worried about just more bugs getting in my house. But I have those open. And we live on like a very quiet street and like quiet area. But I'm listening to Caught Up out loud at like full blast on my phone, which was like no big deal. But then like I started noticing like my neighbor across the street came and got their garbage can to bring back up. And I was like, can they hear me? Can they hear me vlogging? Can they hear my audiobook? And I was like, who cares? I don't care. So I just kept doing it. But then Pepe, my cat, who is so adorably, let me see if I can show you him. Look at this little cutie snuggled up. He started growling. And I was like, oh my god, is it my groundhog friend? Because I have a groundhog friend that I have named Chet. Or could it be my new little squirrel friend who I have to think of a name? Because there's like the cutest little baby squirrel that is hanging out in the tree right in our backyard, right off of our deck. I'll insert a picture here. He's so cute. I have to think of a name for him. But he was out earlier when I got this photo. So I was like, oh my god, is he back on the deck? What is he doing? Because I put out some water for him. But I looked out there and there's just a DTE worker just in my backyard. DTE is redoing some poles in the area and there is a pole in my backyard. So like he wasn't doing anything weird. But I was like, where did he come from? Because he didn't park in my driveway.
He didn't come knock on the door. Like, all the lights are on, all the windows are open. Like, at least, like, the blinds are open, and then just, like, the kitchen windows open. So, like, is he hearing this? And then, like, I heard something that almost sounded like somebody was on my porch, which could have been, like, you know, a branch falling from the tree because of how dense they are, or a squirrel. It could have been anything. But it was, like, right at the part where she was, like, talking about bleaching and shaving her roommate's anus. Like, and I'm like, ah! I'm like, please don't say DTE right outside on my deck. So, I don't know what he heard. But, yeah. So, I'm gonna get my annotation supplies and then get ready for my brother-in-law to get here and then get back into reading.
Good morning. I am in my bathroom getting ready for work, and I figured that we could chat while I do my hair. Last night, I got to 50% of the way through Caught Up. It is so good, you guys. It is so freaking good. I will say, though, that I kind of abandoned the annotating. I annotated up to chapter 8, and I haven't annotated since, and I think I'm on chapter 20, I want to say, is where I stopped last night. So I haven't annotated since, and I'm sure if I was physically reading it, I would probably be annotating. Honestly, the only things to, like, annotate is, like, kind of the smut, which, I mean, like, it is a romance book, so, like, what else would I really be annotating? It's not like there's, like, a huge plot. But yeah, so I definitely need to go back and annotate after the fact. But I am really liking it. It is really good. It is dark. It is smutty. It is kinky. Like, Lauren, our main female character, she is a sex worker. She's a cam girl. And she's also part owner of a play club. Like, she is very into, like, exploring kinks and stuff like that. And, like, very sex positive. She fights for sex worker rights. And then you have Nico, or Junior, who is in the mob and kind of wants to get out, but doesn't know how. And he's just completely obsessed with Lauren and always has been because they were, like, actually kind of high school sweethearts, I guess. And then he ghosts her and just, like, never talks to her again until present day when he's trying to, like, rekindle this. And, like, he has always kept tabs on her. He has tried to, like, help her behind the scenes. He has been her first sub when she created is it called Just For You or something? Me For You, I think, is what, like, the OnlyFans in the book is called. And so it's, like, him, you know, it's a redemption arc, but also, like, a dark romance. So it's, like, it's pretty wild. But I will say something you should know is that it is very different from Lights Out. Like, Lights Out was kinky, but it was, like, lighthearted and, like, more of kind of like a rom-com. Like, it was dark and smutty, but it was so funny. Like, this book has lighthearted moments, and it's interesting, and it's not, like, you know, doom and gloom. Like, it's not nearly as funny as Lights Out. Like, this is definitely more of a smutty dark romance than Lights Out. So just know that going in, and I think that's also why I haven't annotated as much. The only, like I was saying, the only parts to annotate is basically, like, the romance and smut, which, like, it is a romance, so what else would you annotate? But, like, Lights Out had, you know, hilarious moments to also annotate, and this one, like, it's funny, but not enough to, like, annotate. But I was extremely tired yesterday because I did stay up kind of late the night before, and then got up early so that I could get to Barnes & Noble right when they open, which I was technically 15 minutes late because I could not get up. But so I was super tired, and I was actually, like, falling asleep during the book. So I think I need to go back and kind of, like, reread some of the parts because I feel like I don't fully understand, like, what happened in the arcade or what fully happens. I mean, like, I feel like the second one I'm about to name, the one that happens for the play club scene, there is a play club sex scene that doesn't involve them, and then there's one that does slightly involve them. I won't tell you how. But for the one that's involving them, I think I was awake enough for all of that because I went to bed, like, right after that. But for the arcade is when I was, like, first starting to kind of, like, doze off. So I think I need to at least re-listen to that. So I might go back a couple chapters and just re-listen to some parts before continuing on. But yeah, like, it is really good. I am liking it. I think if this was how book one would have gone, that it would be less of something that I recommend to those who aren't already into dark romance. I mean, like, I still feel like this is very much like a good intro to dark romance. What was I saying? Oh, I think this is like a good intro to dark romance, but I would definitely be like, if you want to get into dark romance, these are some good books to start if book one was like this. Because like book one, I have recommended to those who have never tried dark romance and maybe never will. Whereas this one, I think if you liked Lights Out, you'll be fine. Like, it's really not that dark, but like, you know, there is murder and stuff. He is in the mob. So I think it's a really good intro to dark romance, but like, you have to either be wanting to go into dark romance or like Lights Out to go into this one. So yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm so happy that I have the audio because it's just so freaking good. I'm definitely interested to see what my best friend will think of this because I recommended her to read Lights Out and she like surprisingly really liked it. So I'm definitely interested for her to read this one and be like, do you still like it? Otherwise, I am hoping to make some house progress this week. We want to get our bedrooms completely done. And by that, we want to like finish our master so that it's like completely done. Other than we are probably gonna wait on the crown molding probably, but I think we might need to paint the ceiling really quick. Ugh. But we also need to paint what's going to be the library and finish up the office so that we can move all that stuff in so that we can then work on the main areas of the house. So I think tonight I will be starting to paint the library, and then I think we need to like switch gears and finish the master before we keep going. So yeah, I need to think about that, discuss that with my husband now that these thoughts are like popping into my head. But yeah, that is the plan for the week. And I believe tonight he's going to work on the office while I work on, or yeah, he's going to work on the office while I work on the library. I should be able to listen to Lights Out while doing it. I'm very excited. I'm going to be super late to work today. It's the first time I'm going to be late to work from my new house. I've been like on time or early, but I'm usually a late girly, so it won't be the end of the world. But all right, I need to safely not speed to work. And I will see you guys probably later tonight. Alright guys, it is time to paint this room. I'm very excited. So I'm going to start on that right now, and I'm going to listen to Caught Up while doing it. I don't remember how far I'm in now, but I did listen to a little bit at Silent Book Club. I went back a couple chapters like I said I was going to and started there. It is so good. Like, it really is good. But again, like the same warnings I said earlier of like, if you liked Lights Out, I think you'll still like this, but it's not as funny, yada yada. I did just get past the scene where they are in the Catholic confession booth. And then I just got to the part where he is confessing what he has done. So if you want to know where I'm at, that's where I'm at. So I'm very excited to jump back in. But all right, let's get painting. I will show you my progress in a bit. All right, guys, I'm going to show you the progress I made. This wall is still blue because we had to do some patchwork, but everything is black. So it definitely needs at least a second coat. I did just realize that I did not finish, I don't know if you can tell with the light, going over this. I was going to paint this black and also all of this. The first coat is done. I already cleaned the brushes, so I'm not going to finish. But I'm so sweaty and so tired, so I'm going to take a shower, and I will see you tomorrow. Alright guys, it is Friday night. We have put on a second coat of paint, and it looks so freaking good, so I will try to show you soon. But I have some reading updates, and then I need to go to bed because I'm so freaking tired. As you can see, I just got out of the shower the other day. Thursday? No, Wednesday. I did in fact finish Caught Up, and it's kind of difficult to rate this book. But I think when I just think about the book as a whole, it's a 5-star book. Like, it's easily a 5-star book. I loved it. I loved The groveling, I loved that Nick would, admit to his faults and apologize and mean it and, was a genuinely good person. I loved the smut. I really thought that each of the sex scenes was, I don't know if I would say like important or impactful, but they felt like the right timing and place for them. It didn't feel like it was there just for smut's sake or anything. Like, it was really well thought through and done. And I just really, really liked it. Now, what's difficult is that comparing it to Lights Out, I loved Lights Out. I was obsessed with it. It is one of my top favorite books. Like, I just really, really loved it. And comparing it to Lights Out, for me, it almost makes the book like a 4-star. But when I take Lights Out of the equation, it's a 5-star book easily. So I'm going to give it 5 stars, but the places I can, I think I might give it like a 4.75, just because it shouldn't really be compared to Lights Out, but at the same time, it is the second book in a series. So it was so good. Now, the only thing is, there is going to be a book 3. And we're not told, but it's very heavily hinted at who the next book is going to be about. And I do not give a shit about that person. So, like, I'm still going to read it. Probably. I got to see when, like, a description is put out and what it's even going to be about fully, besides the person it's about. I'll probably still read it, and hopefully I enjoy it. But when I read the ending of Caught Up, I was like, I don't care. I don't want that, but we'll have to see probably, in a year. I then today, so yesterday was Thursday, I didn't read at all because I just painted the second coat and watched a whole bunch of TV and went to bed. Which, like, I watched so much TV, I only had like 4 or 5 hours of sleep last night, so that's why I'm like, I need to talk to you guys and go to bed. But today, I did in fact start my next book, which is Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. I got this book as an advanced copy from NetGalley. I started it today. I decided to take a bath in our new to us, jetted tub, which was heaven. It was so heaven. Like, the jets could stay or go, but just like the depth of my tub is insane. It's completely insane, and I love it. But anyways, I started Don't Let Him In while I was in the tub, and I only read for like 30 minutes. I think I'm on chapter like maybe 4 or 5. Like, there's a prologue, so I think I'm on chapter 4 if I'm not mistaken. But it is really, really good. Like, unsurprisingly, it is so freaking good already, and I'm so excited to dive back in, but I'm also so tired, so I don't think I can read any more tonight. But it's really, really good. So I'm hoping to finish that in this vlog. It's already, Friday night, so who knows. But I am going to try to finish it with you guys because I desperately need to read more books this month. But now I'm going to go to bed. I have to be up extremely early. We are going, me and my friend Ro are going to go with my mom, my grandma, and 2 of my grandma's friends to go yard sailing, which I'm really excited about. It's the first time I've ever gone with them. And I just think it's going to be fun. So I will be doing that tomorrow and then hopefully making some more progress in either my library or the office. We also have to start working on that too. So I will see you guys later. Hello guys. It is Thursday night. It has been almost a week since I last talked to you guys, but this last week has been so crazy. I ended up getting sick. I have hardly read, and it is now Thursday night, and we need to talk. So I have decided that last week and this week were supposed to be 2 separate vlogs. Obviously, that didn't really happen, so I'm going to combine the 2 and just see what we can get done reading-wise. I had such high hopes for this vlog. It was supposed to be like a new release vlog, and that's just not really happening. So we did read Caught Up together. I think I did tell you guys. Yeah, I told you guys that I did start Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. Let me see exactly where I am in that. So I am 16% of the way through that. It is still good. I am still interested, but like, I think it was the next day. Yeah, the last time I talked to you guys was last Friday. On Saturday, I got some sort of stomach virus. I did not start feeling normal until like Tuesday and then started my period. So I've been feeling like crap. I've hardly been reading because when I don't feel good, I don't feel like reading. I just want to watch TV. So I have read a little bit more of that book since updating you, and I am getting into it. I think I slightly understand what is going on. I think I kind of understand the connection between the women, but I don't know what happened to the male point of view's wife. I don't really know what the point is going to be or what exactly is happening. And I even read like a blurb or something that was like, you're not going to be able to understand where this book is going or what these characters are going to do. So I'm pretty excited to kind of find out what is actually going on. It is good, but I did have to put it on pause because I did need to start my book club read, which is Legends and Lattes. The plan was that last week I was supposed to read Caught Up With You Guys, Don't Let Him In, and hopefully one other. This week I was planning on reading this and maybe like 1 to 2 other books, and clearly reading is just not happening. I will say, because of like the move and getting this place like ready, like painting and everything, my reading has taken a significant nosedive. Like I just don't have time for reading, to be quite honest. Like there's just so much going on in my head. There's so much to do. There's so much going on. Like I really don't have a ton of like me time. Like the time that I have, the spare time that I have, I'm using it to do stuff for the house. I'm going out shopping, I'm painting, I'm unpacking, I'm doing 50,000 things. So unfortunately, reading is like taking a back burner. I'm reading like a little bit here and there each day before bed, but again, I'm just like so tired that I just go to sleep. So it's just been a wild time, and I need to just kind of like come to terms with it, but I still quite haven't. Here we are, we're doing the best that we can. I did have to start Legends and Lattes because book club is next Monday. So I started this yesterday at Silent Book Club, and I am on chapter 9. Yeah, I'm on chapter 9, which is 80 pages in. And if you don't know, this book is I believe it's going to end up being a sapphic or lesbian cozy fantasy. So it's about an orc, right? She's an orc. Yeah, an orc who starts a coffee shop. And it's in a town where nobody even knows what coffee is. And it's very much like a cozy fantasy with like a little bit of a sprinkle of romance, some friendships, partnerships, that kind of thing. And for cozy fantasy, it's hit or miss for me. I either really like it or it's just a little too boring. I think this one I'm going to end up liking. And I say that because there are some like slight tidbits of, I guess, kind of suspense. So the person who ends up working at the coffee shop with her is part demon, or no, succubus. And we don't really know what that means because our main character has like little to no interaction with a succubus before, so she doesn't even really know about them. On top of that, we have almost this like gang mafia type character who is trying to extort her for money for protection. And then there is also just like the mystery of like what her life was like before and what's gonna happen. So far I am pretty intrigued. I will say that I'm listening to the audiobook. Okay, in typical fashion, my battery died. So what was I saying? Oh, I'm listening to the audiobook, and the narrator is a male narrator, even though most of the characters are female, which was something that I was like, I'm not sure if I like this. But I'm kind of like into it now. It's not a bad voice. I'm wondering if because like she's an orc, maybe, she's supposed to have like a deeper voice anyways or something. I don't know. I don't know what the justification is or the reasoning, but it's not that bad. It is like very cozy. Like we are literally in like a day-to-day type setting with our characters, but so far so good. So I'm pretty excited to like get into it and see where the book is going to go. I think I'll probably just go ahead and end this vlog at the end of this weekend because I do need to possibly do a read 'em or reap next week is the plan. We need to just like wrap up whatever this vlog is, and I also need to like figure out my upload schedule now because of this whole fiasco. Like there's videos that I was supposed to have filmed that I haven't yet, and 2 vlogs, now it's 1, so I gotta figure that out. But I wanted to update you guys to say hello, I'm alive, here's what's going on. And I think the last thing I showed you was that I was painting my library, and I think I showed you that we needed to do a second coat, which we have in fact done. It looks stunning. But today I actually moved in some temporary furniture. So I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like, even though it's a wreck in here right now. All right, so this is what you see when you walk in. So I have 3 of my bookshelves right here, which again, eventually we are going to do like every single wall bookshelves basically. But for now, until we build those, I just have 3 of my 4 original bookshelves over here. The 4th one, unfortunately, did not really make it in the move. When we pulled it out of the garage today, it was in pretty rough shape. So we decided to just get rid of it. We'll just deal with these 3 for now, which means I have to get a little bit creative with my books. I don't know if I can put all of them up right now, so I kind of have to figure that situation out. But that's what's going on temporarily. Eventually, I will have I have like a fireplace entertainment center that's going to go right here. So we have to move that in, but unfortunately I'm not strong enough to help my husband do that. Then we have my reading lamp, and then I bought this inflatable couch that pulls out to a bed for camping, and I decided to go ahead and set it up in here temporarily just so I have like a reading spot in this room, because otherwise it'd be pretty bare. Like the only thing in here would be my shelves and this lamp. So I did like throw this throw blanket on it, some pillows that I've shown you in the living room. I decided to move them into here. And then I do have my book cart over here in this corner for now. Now the plan is this white closet, I'm going to be painting it dark green, and it's going to turn into a reading nook. So there's going to be like a chase that starts in the closet and comes out, and we're going to do some sort of lighting situation. We are going to try to make this lamp functional in there, but if not, we'll find some other lighting solution. But that's the plan for that closet. And then all of this will be shelving. We will have some shelving on this wall plus the fireplace, and then all of this will be shelving as well. And then we're going to try to do some sort of like archway so that there's kind of like a entryway and like some really cool like hidden doorway kind of situation to get in. But that is all like far future plans, hopefully by the end of this summer, but we'll see. We also have to look into the cost of this project and everything. So, but right now we have this temporary setup, which will be totally fine. I know for sure I want to get my unread books up, which I think what I'm going to do is start with, should I start with unread? Probably. Yeah. I think I might start with my unread books, put them all together, have like no front facing, nothing like that, and then just continue to add my read books immediately after that and see if I can fit them all on these shelves. There is also in my read shelves, there was 5 shelves that were specialty books. So I had like my Harry Potter shelf, my Jennifer Armentrout, I had 2 Jennifer Armentrout shelves and 2 Sarah J. Maas shelves. I am not going to set up like specialty shelves until I get my permanent shelves in here. So I think if I combine those all and just set them up like regular shelves, it might work, but we're gonna find out. I do also have my TBR cart, which normally I have like the top of it reserved for like next up kind of books. I think I'm still gonna do that, but I could also, instead of filling it with my book sleeves, I could keep the book sleeves in the box that they're in right now and then utilize that for more books. But we will see what ends up working out. I might have to do like stacks of books, or I don't know. We're gonna see. I think really quickly I'm going to fill one of the shelves with you guys just because I want to see the weight of a shelf to see if we need to anchor these because of how like fluffy the new carpet is. I think it's gonna be fine. My husband thinks it might be fine. So let's do a test run and see. And then I think I will probably finish filling the shelves this weekend with you guys. But the plan is to like hopefully get a little bit more done this weekend with you guys. And we will definitely have Legends and Lattes done. Maybe some work on Don't Let Him In. I don't know. The book comes out next Tuesday, and I really would love if I had an audiobook for it because I just have my NetGalley copy. But let's put some books away. So as you may or may not have seen, hopefully the quality was good, but I did fill one entire unit and half, well, maybe 3/4 of a row of bookshelves. These are all of my unread books. So I do have quite a bit of shelf space left. So I think they might all fit. I'm not positive. The only thing is these shelves are like very stuffed. Like they are pretty tight in there, which is not good for the books. So I do need to space them out just a little bit more. I do also have this very first row is called like my last chance row that I created right before I moved, which is kind of like the books that I'm like, I need to just like get to these or get rid of them. And it's kind of like an easy shelf to kind of pull from for my Read 'em or Reap, because then I can like easily like start it if I'm not liking it, just DNF it. But I don't know. I don't know if I like that idea now because I'm like, is it their last chance? I don't know. So I do have to kind of like rethink this row and see if I want to keep it. I also don't know if I want to keep the way that I did this. So I do sort my books by color, but I do it based on unread and read. So I don't know if I should leave it like this and then like how this one's like, you know, Roy G. Biv, and then over on these two be like Roy G. Biv, you know? Because I'm wondering if I should have done it across all three now, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking no, because they are separate. There's read and unread. I don't know. That's definitely a future question for a different time, which is not right now. The shelves seem to be holding up pretty good. I don't think I see any leaning. Yeah, no, since I put like my books all the way in the back, it honestly doesn't look too bad. So we might be good. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my night before going to bed. I need to do a little bit of work because today I was supposed to be working from home and I have just been like running around doing house stuff. So I need to do a little bit of work before I go in tomorrow. And then I need to take a shower so I can wash my hair really quick. Just want to check in, say, hey, the office is shaping up. I did also put my like important books on that first row. So I think I'm gonna wait to fill it with the book sleeves until I see what's going on here, because I could also move the last chance onto there or interfile them back in. I don't know. I think I need to just like get all the books on the shelves and then make decisions of rearranging, because it is just temporary, but I want it to look nice temporarily. Hello, happy Saturday. I have been out like all day yard sailing. And if you could tell, I have sunburnt my freaking shoulders. I didn't even think about sunblock. It was not even a thought that crossed my head that I should put on sunblock. Because this is like the first like summer day. I think it's technically in the 80s, but it feels like it's like 90, 100. There's a heat advisory. I didn't even think about it. So I'm burnt and it's starting to hurt. So that is super fun. I did want to update you guys because as you saw in the last clip, I did put books on the first bookshelf, which I did all of my unread books because I was like, I for sure want those to be out because I need to read them. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just keep going. So I tested out the first shelf and it seems pretty steady. I don't think I need to anchor them. I didn't have them anchored at our apartment, but the carpet was very, very flat. It's like that very cheapy, like rough carpet that's in like apartments and stuff like that. But this one is like fluffy, kind of shaggy. So we wanted to make sure that the shelves felt secure and they feel good to me. So I decided to just go ahead and keep going. And I did in fact put all of my books up. They look great. The only books that are not on my shelves are my husband's books, which I think I will possibly allow him once we do the built-ins and stuff. I might let him keep his books in here. Otherwise, we do have a small bookshelf that we can put in our shared office that his books can be on. But as of right now, I do not have any shelf space at all. And I think going forward, my plan was once we do the built-ins, I wasn't going to do any shelf decor. Like I just didn't want to do that for my next shelves because it was so annoying to like move all the decor off to, you know, move books around or get a book and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to stick with that plan. However, I think because I'm going to have so many shelves, I think I'm going to have like some shelves are books, some shelves are decor.
kind of thing. But there won't be decor on the same shelf as a book. Like, I might have something minimal, like how I kind of have, like, right now. Like, if you can tell right there, I have my little read sign. I've got, like, you know, my bookmarks and stuff down here. I think I'm pointing to the correct spot. But, other than that, like, I don't want to put a bunch of decor like how it used to be. And I'm definitely going to be, like, front-facing a lot and stuff like that. But as of right now, like, I have exactly the amount of space I need for all of my books. I do have my, like, special edition right there. Those, like, little mini leather-bound Game of Thrones, which I'm, like, probably never gonna read up there. But, yeah, everything else does fit on the shelves, so that's amazing. And I was still able to do my Sarah J. Maas and Jennifer Armentrout shelves temporarily. Sarah J. Maas, there's no way to fit it on one shelf, so there is still 2 shelves of that. And then the Jennifer L. Armentrout, I was able to condense it down to 1 shelf. I am getting rid of some of my copies of her books. Not my favorites, obviously, but I was able to cut it down to 1 shelf by getting rid of a couple of the, like, older teen books that I'm, like, never gonna reread. So it all fits. And it is so nice and fun in here. It is so, like, very temporarily functional. I'm loving it. Like, I'm loving my little blow up couch in here with my little pillows and stuff. Like, this is just such a total vibe. So the only thing left, which, oh, I was also able to, I don't know if you, oh, you can see it. My TBR cart, I do have, you know, the books that I either am giving away as gifts or am going to be reading next. Those are on there, and I was able to still put all of my book sleeves, so that is nice. My library is temporarily set up, and it is so nice. I definitely think I might add a little bit more in here for the temporariness. What? I don't know yet. I know for sure I think I'm going to go and get my little speckled acrylic table and put that in here. We have to put in the entertainment center. Okay, sorry, somebody walked in the house, so I had to see who it was. But, what were we talking about? I'm not sure if the way that the shelves are currently set up, if that is like the permanent way. Oops, sorry. Pepe's trying to drink my coffee. I'm not sure if the way that the shelves are currently set up, if that's how it's going to stay right now. So, that's why I didn't do like an official, like, you know, bookshelf organization video or anything, but once we like build the permanent library, that's when I'll do like a full video on that. Like, my husband already agreed to be on camera to show you guys like how he's gonna build them and stuff like that. I have been reading though, and last night, which was like technically this morning, I did finish my book club book, Legends and Lattes. I really liked it, you guys. I really enjoyed it. It was so cozy but interesting. I really liked the, like, found friendship and family. It was a good time. It felt so cozy and wholesome, and I really enjoyed it. And I know that, like, unless you're a cozy fantasy person, like, it's very hit or miss on if a book will work for you or not. And I feel like for me, like, cozy fantasy, either, like, I'm loving it or it's just not the right time. And it was just the perfect time for this cozy book, and I just really, really liked it. I really liked it. And I feel like that's kind of surprising because I listened to the audio, and like I was telling you, they did a male narrator even though the main character is female. But honestly, like, it worked. I ended up having zero problem with it at all. It felt totally fine. I think because she doesn't have like a super like high-pitched voice or something, I think that's why it worked. But it was nice. It was really nice. And I think I am going to go ahead and just give it 5 out of 5 stars. Because it was just good. Like, I think honestly maybe like a 4.5, 4.75. I'll have to figure that out for Storygraph. But I think I overall 5 star. I liked kind of like the resolution to this like mafia kind of element. I liked what ended up being the thing that is like haunting the coffee shop kind of, because like there's a couple scenes where like she hears something up on the roof and doesn't know what it is, food goes missing, and I really liked what it ended up being. I thought that was so freaking cool. I loved it. As for what I'm going to read next, because I do have a couple more days until this vlog ends, I don't know if I want to go ahead and do Don't Let Him In, or if I want to pick up something else. I'm not positive. I almost want to just go ahead and pick up something else, just like a total like self-indulgent pleasure read,
but also Don't Let Him In is really good. But a part of me kind of wants to wait and just get the audiobook for it, because then I'll like really get into it. So I don't know. So once I figure that out, I will let you know. It is time to close out this vlog. I never updated you guys about what I was reading, but that's also because I didn't start anything until last night. I am trying to remind myself that like reading anything at all is good progress. I'm just used to consuming a lot more, a lot quicker, and that's just not the case right now. So I'm trying to like get rid of the guilt of like, I need to be reading more, I need to be editing more, I'm so behind on videos too. But I need to just remind myself that this is all just for fun, just chill. I literally bought a house and I'm trying to like renovate it basically. So I need to just chill out. I'm doing enough. But anyways, I did start a book last night, and that I did decide to go with The Hunger Games because like I told you guys, I am rereading all of them with my friends. So I did start that last night. I am like, I want to say I'm probably 50% of the way through. I know last night I was like 46, 48% of the way through. And then I did listen to a little bit more tonight on my way home from work. So I would say I'm pretty close to 50% of the way through. This is the first time that I have reread the books, but I have watched the movies like a bajillion times because my husband loves them. But unsurprisingly, the book is holding up. It is so good. I will say I'm not getting like emotional or anything. Maybe when I get to the part with Rue, I don't know. But if anything, I'm just like really enjoying the ride. I thought about like annotating the books, but I feel like there's not a ton I have to say. Because I feel like when it comes to the Hunger Games, it's almost like, at least in my opinion, Suzanne is saying it all. Like, it's all said, it's all out there. There is nothing more that I could add. There's no more intelligence that I could add. Like, Suzanne Collins is so much smarter than me. So, I don't know. Like, I feel like I have, like, some comments that I could make, but also, since it is a reread, I don't have, like, a ton of, like, original, inspiring thoughts. But I am really enjoying it, and I'm excited to, like, get on to the next books, because I also feel like I don't remember what happened in book 2. Like, I feel like I remember book 1 and book 3 pretty well, but I have no recollection of book 2. Like, book 2 has to be the Quarter Quell, and then book 3 is the Rebellion, right? It has to be. But I feel like in the movies, it's like part 1 and 2 are those, but I could be totally wrong, because it's been a minute. It has definitely been a minute since I have watched the movies / read the books, so I will find out soon, I guess. The other thing that is really cool, like, at least the first book is really not that long, so I'm just, like, flying through this, which is really good, because I need to consume more books, even though I don't need to, but I don't. I am now immediately going to jump into a Read 'em or Reap, even though I'm not done with the Hunger Games. But yeah, I think that is everything for this vlog. I'm hoping that this vlog was at least a little bit worthwhile, but just like I keep saying, I love my house. I am loving life. I am just really enjoying everything. And I have desperately needed this like emotional, psychological, and physical peace. Like, I feel like I knew but also did not know just how bad it was at the apartment until we finally got out. Like, I was definitely at my wit's end, which is why we, like, absolutely had to get out. I didn't care where we moved. We just absolutely could not live there any longer. But now being here and just being so at peace, I was like, wow, I have needed this for a long time. I mean, don't get me wrong. Being a homeowner is definitely still pretty terrifying, because just, like, if anything goes wrong, like, that's my responsibility now. But also, like, this is a good house. Like, it has good bones. I don't foresee any, like, major stuff happening, but if it does, we'll figure it out as we always have. So, that's awesome. But alright, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to keep reading, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! People say